Hi, my name is Makana. Welcome to FabLab Fundamentals. Today we're going to show you how to operate the Resin 3D printer. So let's get started. So we're going to start off with our computer first. And like any slicing software, you're going to need your STL file. So you can get it from your modeling software, which is SolidWorks, Onshape, Fusion, whatever you're using. And you want to get your STL file on this desktop. So you could just go through your Google Drive, download it to the desktop, put it on here, or make a users folder like I did. And here's my part. I'm going to do this tennis ball V2. So once you have your STL on the computer, you want to open up CheetahBox. And this is the Elegoo's slicing software for their resin printers. So as soon as you open up, you'll see this is your build plate area here. You got some features over here to mess with your part. Also more features up here. And then you could also play around with the view you have. So with your STL, you gotta import it into the window. So you could just drag and drop. There you go. So once you drag and drop, it should load onto the printing bed. Next, you want to hit this rotate button. So up here, rotate. If you highlight on it, it'll tell you what that feature is, how to use it. So you want to click that, and then you'll see these axes. And then you could also use these predetermined values here for those angles. So what you want to do here is you want to rotate your part at an angle where there will be less surface area per layer. So as it moves up per layer, you want to make sure that there's not a lot of surface area contacting the VAT's film. And so if you to demonstrate, if this was the VAT's film right here and my top hand was the build plate, it will go down and impress on this film, and then light is going to shoot at this as the design here, and then the print bed is going to go up, and it's going to keep repeating that up and down motion, and it's going to be all the resin is going to be exposed and cured, and then it will keep rising and rising until you have your full part. And so if you have a lot of surface area on your part, it will create a vacuum as it pushes down on the VAT's film, and then when it pulls up, that vacuum is going to act like a suction cup. So it's going to actually rip your part from the build plate, and that's not what you wanted. That's not what you want during your print. So by rotating, it will reduce that phenomenon. So moving next to our supports, which is this setting up here, this tab. So select the tab. You'll see all our support settings here. Mainly, we only use the medium support settings, but you could also play around with the light and heavy, and also all these numbers here. But for today, we're just going to go with the default. So all you have to do to auto-generate the supports onto your file is to select plus all. And then as soon as we click that, you can notice that all these supports has been generated for this part. Say if you look at your part and it's not supported enough, you could hit this plus support feature right here. This will add supports. It's already selected when you load into the support settings, and you could actually go on your part and select where you want on your part to be supported. So say you want to go right here, you could left click and it will add supports to your part. But say you don't want, there's too many supports, you could hit this delete support feature here, select that support, it'll turn red, and hit delete. And as simple as that, you'll remove your supports. So with your supports here for your part rotated, go back to settings. You want to go down to this drop down menu here, make sure the Elegoo Mars 3 is selected, that is our printer, and then hit slice. So once it slices, you could see all the layers here. So by using this slider, you could see each and every single layer that this printer is going to procure. Some of these numbers down here, the bottom exposure time, this is for your first layer, so this is how long that build plate is going to be in contact with the VAT's film. So it's going to be here for 35 seconds, and the reason being is to create a solid foundation for your print on that build plate. And then for this exposure time here, 2.5, that is each layer following that first layer. So it'll go down for 35 seconds, hold, lift up, go back down, and 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 until you have your part. So once you have your part all sliced here, you want to grab your USB from your resin printer. And then with the USB, you'll plug it into this dongle here. From there, you're gonna hit save. And then you're gonna select the Mars 3 folder. So it's not showing up. If it's not showing up, just plug it into another port. So you're gonna select the Mars 3 folder and then hit save for your file to upload to the USB for the printer. And then wait for it to write. Then you want to eject your USB. And then remove it from the dongle. Now that we have our USB, we want to head over to the resin printer. But before that, make sure you have your PPE on. So that's the gloves, your safety goggles, and also taking off any jewelry you have that may come in contact with the printer. So that's the watch or your necklaces, etc. Although you're not going to be touching the resin at this time, it is good practice to wear these PPE when coming in contact with the resin printer. So let's get started. Plug this USB into the slot. There you go. It's going to start flashing red just to show that it's connected. Then you want to hit this print button on the right hand side. So you hit that. Then all the files on this USB drive will be shown here. So our most current file is in the top left, so the tennis ball. So we select that. And then it gives us a little preview of our print and what we did on the computer. From here to start, you just hit this little play button here. And then it will show you a preview of what layer it's on. Now, as we press that, the print bed will start to lower into the vat and it will start its whole printing process. From there, you just have to wait until it's done. And that's how to print with a Resin 3D printer.